Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. We're going to talk about functions, what a function is, how it works. A function is something that has an input and an output. The output completely depends on what the input is. This means that when we graph something that represents a function, if the input is represented as a position on the x-axis, where the output is going to be a y value. And if the output is a y value, there better just be one y value. It needs to be well defined. What if there were two? We wouldn't know which one to pick as the output. So using that idea, we have different ways of notating functions. And one very convenient way of notating a function is as follows. What if I have a function f of x is equal to x squared, but I'm only going to take x values that are bigger than 0 to plug in. So that'll be my notation for this function right here, and I'll make it greater than or equal to 0. So now, one way of notating this function is as follows. I could simply draw the function, and then at an arbitrary point on the function, I could give a coordinate where I plug in an arbitrary x value. And what should the output be? Well, the output depends on x. What goes here is the output value. Commonly, we write a y, but why write a y if we know how it comes from x? This is y right here. So we simply can write x squared. So as a coordinate pair, x comma x squared is the same as the function f of x is equal to x squared, because that's basically the relationship that x squared is equal to y. Commonly in this class, or commonly in calculus, this type of notation is great when we have things to figure out. For instance, what if we wanted to write the slope of this line segment that goes from the origin to this point, so I'll call that m, the slope of this line, as a function of x. Well, that means that m of x depends on x. Well, we can get it simply from the picture, thinking about what slope means. Slope means rise over run. Rise, run. Well, we know that this run is simply, this distance is the x coordinate right here. And this distance right here is the y coordinate, which we already have right here, x squared. So this function m of x is simply going to be x squared over x, which is equal to x. Hey, that's pretty handy. That's a pretty simple function, isn't it? Okay, so m of x is equal to x. Now, what does that mean? M of x is the slope. So if we have this function right here, and we went all the way up to here, and maybe this is 4, then the slope of this line would be 4. So the equation of this straight line, following an mx plus b type idea, where plus b would be y-intercept, which would be 0, would simply be y is equal to 4x. Notice that the slope of this line is 4, just as we got from that function. Thanks for watching.